Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are back for the official first episode of the WWE Fantasy Booking series. Now, I've made it clear, and I'll continue to make it clear, that we are fantasy booking WWE. So kind of forget what's been happening in real life, you know. Most of the tag teams have stayed the same, I'm not going to lie. But there will be new teams in the future. There might be slightly new personalities from certain wrestlers going forward. But yeah, it's all kind of the same, but I'm just making up my own stories and what happens and who wins and who goes over, etc, etc, etc. And who's friends, who's not, you know, the usual. But we are here at Friday, so at the first show in January for us is actually Friday Night Smackdown. We're not starting with Raw, because Raw was obviously at the end of 2024. So yeah, Smackdown is the one episode we're going to do today, and then next episode we'll be doing main event and Raw, and then Smackdown, main event, Raw, all the way through to whenever. But yeah, you can see here in the news, some things have happened. You keen-eyed little people. We've signed a few people to NXT, so let's just scroll down, and I think everything that we've done is here onwards. So Leah Michelle, which is Kalani Jordan in NXT, she's been called up to the main roster. Got plans for her, you'll have to wait and see. I've also brought Gallus up, so Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey and Wolfgang have all been called up to the main roster. You see the news again. I don't know why they break it up to called up and called up. Yeah. We've also signed a few people for NXT. There's a few more that we've put bids in, and as and when they come in, I'll let you know. But Francisco Akira from New Japan and from oh my god, what are they called? My mind's gone blank. I want to say United Empire, but I don't think it's United Empire. Is it? I don't know. Anyways, the team that Will Ospreay used to run, and now I think TJP runs it. Yeah, Francisco Akira has joined NXT. He should be fun. He's got really good skills. I really like him in real life. He's a proper babyface. I don't think he can heal it up, really. But he could be good for a future cruiserweight division. Who knows? We've also wanted to just bulk out the women's, because I think I'm going to poach quite a few women from NXT in the coming months. So yeah, we've brought in Kenzie and Carly Page because I really like them. I used to watch NWA quite a lot back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean like a year ago. I really liked both of those. Ella Envy, I've also put in a bid for, because I think they were a kind of faction, so I figured why not? They've all got good chemistry together. Let's bring them up. Cassie Lee we've brought in, which of course is Peyton Royce. I don't know whether we're going to use Peyton Royce as her name, though. That is Peyton Royce, isn't it? Oh, my confidence in names now has just gone down the chute since the United Empire thing. But yeah, I don't think we're going to use Peyton Royce, and I also am not too sure how soon she'll be on the main roster. She's mostly been signed to kind of work with her husband in NXT. Not that the AI knows to do that, but she's just there. And then Gabe Kidd. The second I saw he was available, I had to lock him down to a contract. So he's in NXT. I've updated his picture because his current one is quite old. So this is the kind of best I could find of how he looks now. Yeah, he's in NXT. I've put the notes for him to be pushed hard because I've got plans for Gabe on the main roster. You can also see here, didn't even notice that, the pending contract offer. So Rey Fenix, we've put an offer in. He'll go straight to the main roster. Trish Stratus will go straight to the main roster. I don't know why she wasn't already on there. And Ali, formerly known as the Bunny, she will go straight onto the main roster as well. But of course, they're not signed, so they won't feature today. And I don't think they'll feature next week either. There'll be people that we ease in. Maybe not Trish, because Trish is already a well-known name. But yeah, I think that's everything everyone that's been signed. Let me just go down just to make sure. There's no one else off the top of my head. No, these are all other people getting all their signatures. Yeah, cool. We can take a look at Dynamite and stuff if you want to. We might as well. Where is this? Event history. Nice little calendar. We'll feature here and we can take a look at that. But yeah, let's take a look. So what happened on Dynamite? Let's toggle this for you. So they opened with Ruby Soho and Serena Deeb, with Soho getting the win. Hikaru Shida defeated Sky Blue. Sky Blue is someone I would love to sign, but she is locked down to a written deal, so we'll have to just keep tabs on that. Angle involving these two, angle involving these two, cool. The Death Riders defeated Private Party. Mariah May defeated Willow. And then we had a TBS title match, and for some reason, Toni Storm was in it, even though she's already got a belt. But Mercedes Moné retains against them with a 76. I think that's the highest. Oh no, 87 is the highest so far. Yuka and Britt Baker. And then in the main event, Takeshita retained against Cope. So Cope can actually lose. You know, he ate the pin. 79%. That's not very good. That's probably because Cope's skills aren't the highest. And let's take a quick look at TNA. What are they doing? So Elijah defeated Moose. Mike Santana, who is on my shortlist, defeated Steve Macklin. We then had Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz defeating Northern Armory. Rosemary defeated Tasha Steeles. And then in the main event, the Hardys lost against First Class. Wow. There we go. We do have some partnerships with TNA and a few other companies. I'm probably not going to be using them that much. Maybe in the Rumble we'll have a couple of TNA people come in, but not much else. The only other thing to cover, I think, in this episode before we dive into SmackDown, spoiler, AJ's on SmackDown, is to go through the brands. Now, I've made Raw kind of stacked compared to SmackDown. So Raw is obviously, as I said in the first episode, going to be my main show. And then SmackDown is kind of going to be the other show. But but SmackDown obviously still have some big stars. You can already see here which main eventers aren't there. They're on SmackDown. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this. I think Raw's just going to be top heavy from beginning to end. I've got some really interesting storylines booked, what I think they are. And then SmackDown is kind of where we're going to see who and what we can push and what we can kind of build from there. But we've also got some big names on SmackDown. I have already, before even recording anything or doing anything in Pro Wrestling Sim, I've already written, I think, most of the main titles and main feuds all the way up until WrestleMania. So I've got a good 4 months already written down in a spreadsheet somewhere. And I'm excited by some of them. I'm not too sure how others are going to go, but we move. Yeah. So this is the Raw roster. I'm not going to read off name by name. You can see them all here. These are our main eventers. I think, in all honesty, ignore main event, upper card, mid card, because I'm choosing to ignore it. Because, for example, I might want to start pushing a lower mid card, and I'm just going to push him because why not? So just because Kevin Owens is listed as a main eventer, that doesn't mean he's going to be in the main event scene, for example. The same with, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, etc. So these are our main eventers. We've then got our upper mid carders here. So Trish will be on Raw when she signs. We have then got our mid card. Let's try and fit them all in. There we go. Yeah, wait, did we have Rey Fenix here as well? No, I thought Rey was on Raw. Maybe not. Yeah, Penta's here, of course. We've got our Women's Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, you guys can just look yourself. That's our mid card, and then we've got our lower mid and enhancement talents because we can fit them both together. Again, ignore the fact that they're lower mid, enhancement talent, etc. They'll be whatever I want them to be. And then, of course, Adam Pearce will stay in charge for now, and Scarlett is, of course, the manager of Karrion Kross, who is just here. And then moving on to SmackDown. As you can see, it already looks a lot lighter, but don't worry about that. We've got Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes as our mains, and then our upper mids are all here. Oh, there's Rey Fenix. He's on SmackDown. Yeah, we've got Shinsuke, our US champion. We go to the mid card. Yep. Just take a look and read yourself. Then we've got the lower mids, and then the enhancement talents. I think it's really funny that the game has just thrown Tangaloa all the way at the bottom, because why not? Because he's not bad, he's just not good, let's be honest. Yeah. And then, of course, the faces, well, the personalities, sorry, we've just got Nick Aldis. Every other kind of personality, backroom staff person, we've just put as no brand. The Rock and Cena are here for now because I don't know what to do with them. I changed the John Cena's picture because the last one was just a screen cap of his angry heel face at the end of Royal Rumble in real life. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with him. I think he'll stay heel, but I'm not too sure where we'll go. And then, of course, these are all the other faces, announcers, backstage staff. You know, they're all here. For some reason, TKO is a person on here. But yeah, so they'll all kind of mishmash between everything. The only other thing that's probably worth showing is commentary. They're all going to stay the same as real life. Although I added Funaki because we had him on board as a main event announcer. So Michael Cole, Pat McAfee on Raw, Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on Smackdown, and then Blake Howard Funaki on main event. And then for the events, it'll be these three. So Michael Cole, Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. We can't add a fourth, can we? We can. I mean, he's got 78, 78. That's pretty good. Jesse Ventura has got 84. Do we just put... No, we'll go Joe Tessitore update. But if we've got Jesse Ventura on the thing, we'll just throw him into main event. Why not? Cool. So yeah, we've got blockbuster announcers. Why not? But I think that's everything to show you. There's nothing else really to show or crack on with. So let's go straight into WWE Smackdown. Okay, here we go. We are in at Smackdown Live. So this kind of side column on the left that you normally see in PWS, I'm going to cover because it obviously features spoilers, but it's there for me to read for when we go through this. So I'm going to cover it with some kind of graphic like I did in my ECW series. I don't think I'm going to do question of the day. I think I'm just going to cover it with something. But yeah, so we open the show. So Cody Rhodes, our WWE Undisputed Champion, opens the show. So Cody opens the show and welcomes all of the fans to 2025. He begins to talk about being champion and talk about the Rumble and how he is a 2-time winner of the Royal Rumble. And this time round, he gets the opportunity to be one of you guys. He gets to sit back and enjoy it as a fan. Being the champion, of course, he won't feature in the Royal Rumble. So he's looking forward to the spectacle of it all and maybe witnessing a future challenger. He is then interrupted by Seth Rollins, who comes out, you know, big ovation. The crowd love him. And Seth talks about how Cody Rhodes can enjoy it all he wants. You know, you take it all in, Cody. But what you want to see and what you will be seeing is that Seth Rollins is going to win. And Seth is going to take that title away from you, Cody. Seth, Cody, WrestleMania. Let's run it back one more time. The crowd obviously are into the idea of that. But Seth is then interrupted by Logan Paul. And of course, a chorus of boos. Logan Paul comes out and, you know, between all the booing and everything that normally happens with Logan, he says no one really wants to see the same thing again. That's the trouble with you guys. You want to keep running things back. You live on nostalgia. You're all in the past. What people really want to see, and they don't even know it yet, is for Logan Paul to be exactly where he deserves. Royal Rumble winner. Boo. WrestleMania main eventer. Boo. And finally, WWE Undisputed Champion. And of course, the crowd are not happy about that. They are booing like crazy. Seth and Logan Paul then start arguing between one another. They start bickering. Seth then says, hey, Logan, why don't you back up all of the words you're saying tonight? Why don't you start your legacy right now? Why don't me and you have a match tonight in the main event? Logan, of course, is like, well, you know, steady on, Seth. Maybe not. The crowd obviously are into it. They want to see Seth take on Logan. Cody then kind of joins in, kind of caters to Paul's ego a little bit. He's like, you know, Logan, you know, you're a talented guy. This could be exactly what you need to prove all of these fans wrong. Logan's like, you know what? Yeah, I am the best. So yeah, let's do it, Seth. Me and you, main event tonight. And then, of course, Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore are here to put over the fact that we will see Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul in the main event tonight. And of course, you've got all of the broken segments here. Cody Rhodes making his entrance, cutting the promo. Seth cutting a promo on Cody. Logan making his entrance. A verbal sparring between Seth and Logan. And then the match announcement tonight. 93 overall. What a good start. But we do start with some tag team action. And it is the Motor City Machine Guns taking on Pretty Deadly. And in a roughly 10-minute bout, it is the Motor City Machine Guns that get the win with an overall score of 68, 3.5-star match quality. Crowd was slightly into it. You know, it's absolutely fine. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson's popularity have dropped. And this is one thing I don't really like about the game. It doesn't reward people that lose, which I think is unfair, because sometimes even in losing you gain fans. But either way, this was probably expected. Motor City Machine Gun, they're kind of over. They get the win. You know, veteran tag team finally in WWE. Pretty Deadly eat the loss. And yeah, this kind of falls in within the WWE Tag Team Championship scene. You know, Motor City Machine Gun have got a win. Does that push them higher up the rankings to face DIY? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, solid tag team match to start the show. We go to an advert break now, and we come back to some women's action, and it is Bianca Belair taking on Natalya. And of course, Bianca Belair gets the win. You can see here putting huge effort, selling skill. You know, they're good chemistry as opponents, which is really good to note. And Natalya got a better reaction than you'd expect. They're riding a wave of momentum, so I will have to keep that in my old back pocket. But Bianca Belair gets the win. Could have been given a bit more time. Okay, that was an 11-minute match. I thought that was long enough, but okay. Bianca gets the win, so starts off the series with a dub. And yeah, 3.5 stars here. 77 overall, so much better than the tag team match that we just saw. So yeah, really good win for these two women on SmackDown. Of course, Tiffany Stratton is our champion, so everyone's eyes are going to be focused on trying to take that title away from her. Moving on, we head backstage where Cody Rhodes is walking, you know, through the back, and AJ Styles decides to get in his way and stop him, and he just says, "Cody, I just want to let you know that it's not just Seth Rollins, it's not just Logan Paul that have their eyes on your title. The target on your back is huge, and AJ Styles is laser focused on you and that belt. I'll be watching the main event tonight, just the same as you, Cody. But Cody, you need to remember that more than just those two men are after you, and one of those other men is phenomenal." And they have kind of a bit of stare down, and Cody Rhodes is just like, "Okay, cool, okay." And they kind of cross paths, and they keep walking down either way. AJ Styles is like stretching for some reason. You know, he hasn't got a match tonight. Maybe he's doing a dark match afterwards. And Cody just continues down, belt in hand. We head back to the ring now, where we've got some entrances. And it is the new bloodline. The bloodline without Roman Reigns and the Usos, Solo Sikoa, Tangaloa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu as they make their entrance. Fatu and Solo are spitting bars. They both got a mic in hand, talking about how the new bloodline is going to revolutionize SmackDown. It's going to take over SmackDown. It's going to dominate SmackDown. And it all starts here on the first SmackDown of 2025. Just as Solo goes to continue what he's going to say, "Booyaka, booyaka," the LWO's music hits, and out come the remaining all of the members, of the LWO. The music hits, interrupts the bloodline, who are obviously upset by it. But there's a reason for that. That's because our next match is coming up next, obviously. And it is Dragon Lee of the LWO taking on Jacob Fatu. So an 81 overall from here, of course. The new bloodline getting some really good numbers here, 86. Of course, LWO not so much, because it is Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and then, you know, these two guys. So they bring it down a little, but it's not the end of the world, because we got an overall of 81. I'm hoping that Dragon Lee and Jacob Fatu put on a really good match here. I haven't really looked at either of their stats, but let's not waste any more time. Let's dive straight into it. Dragon Lee, Jacob Fatu, let's go. And of course, everyone's ringside here. So Dragon Lee's explosive style impressed the crowd, and Jacob Fatu's intimidating presence added to the match. He's riding a wave of momentum as well, which is really, really good to see, and he put in huge effort. And of course, Jacob Fatu gets the win with a 75 overall score, 3-star match quality, 74 reaction from the crowd. Jacob Fatu was made to look like a threat, and it really helped out in this match. So that is all good. Moving on, though, not much else to say here. You know, there was kind of the stuff happening ringside here, but nothing too much. It was mostly the two guys in the ring. Following on from this, though, Kathy Kelly has got Bianca Belair backstage just to chat to her about her win. So Bianca discusses her win and how she's got her sights set on being women's champion again. Just as she says that, Tiffany Stratton just strides into shot, giggling, laughing to herself, and just kind of just being like, oh, sorry, I'm just laughing at the idea, Bianca, that you think you have a chance against me. Bianca says, not only do I have a chance, Tiffany, but if given that chance, I would beat you easily. And you know what? Why even wait? Why wait to win the Royal Rumble? Why wait to go to WrestleMania? Why don't we have this match as soon as possible if you're so confident that you can take me on, Tiff? Tiffany Stratton then just kind of looks Bianca up and down, looks Kathy up and down, and then just kind of laughs and walks out of shot, with Kathy just being like, wow, that was awkward. But yeah, really good segment here. Bianca making it known that she wants to be women's champion again. Tiffany Stratton being, you know, kind of big-headed, obnoxious as she is, but deservedly so, though. And then Kathy just stood there looking amazing. 82 overall, love that. Kathy getting some pop as well. You love to see it. But we head back to the ring now, where we've just got a simple one-on-one, bit of a time filler, but also just to see what these guys can do. These are like mid-card talent that I think could easily jump up. So it is Carmelo Hayes taking on Apollo Crews, and in an okay match, not the best. Carmelo Hayes was made to look like a threat, so it helped. They've got terrible chemistry as opponents, so that is good to know. Michael Hayes did a lot of heavy lifting in putting this match together. Okay, but a 1.5-star match quality, 63 crowd reaction, 61 overall. Carmelo Hayes does come out with the win, but I mean, I'm going to blame this on their chemistry, because both these guys are decent, let's be honest. I think, yeah, let's keep these two guys apart. But Carmelo gets the win, so he does have the momentum on his side riding into the next few weeks. But yeah, not much to say about this one. Let's move on. Before we head to our main event, we just get a little music video, promo video for Shinsuke Nakamura. Only got a 100. Whoa. Hold on a second. Production quality was well above what was expected. Yeah, I threw the money at it. I wanted it to be mysterious and cool, and it seemed to work. It worked well with the story beat, and Shinsuke's star power added to it as well. So yeah, a 100. This was just a promotional video, just playing, showcasing WWE United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura, and just confirming that he returns to in-ring action next week. So Shinsuke will be in action next week. But we now move on to our main event. But before that, Cody Rhodes wants to be front and center for this match. So, you know, he comes down all decked out in his suit, title on his shoulder, and he takes up a seat next to commentary to watch Seth Rollins and Logan Paul unfold in our main event of our first Smackdown in the series, 91. Let's just dive straight into the main event. I'm hoping it's good. Yeah, let's go. And here we go, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul. Before we get to the bottom, don't cheat. So we went for a steal the show. So the workers both upped their game. That's really good. Seth Rollins got a boost in his performance because of his gimmick. Steph's star power and Logan's star power added to the match. Seth put in huge effort, as did Logan Paul. Logan Paul has got a boost because of his gimmick as well. They're both killing it. Seth Rollins did do a lot of heavy lifting, though, to put this match together. We had Sean Davari producing this one, and he seemed to help everyone learning this segment, and working with Seth helps everyone as well. Seth, of course, some big popularity changes here. Logan losing does drop in popularity, but I'm sure we'll have to just manage the popularity and the way it works in this game. But Seth Rollins does come out with the win with a pedigree. They don't note it here that he won with a pedigree, but when you're booking in this game or in this latest update, you can choose what finisher is used. So for every match, I've chosen a finisher. So like Jacob Fatu won with his moonsault, Carmelo Hayes won with his only finisher, Bianca Belair won with a KOD, you know, all of that. But yeah, Seth Rollins gets the win, has the last laugh for tonight, with a 96 crowd reaction, 3.5 star, match quality 79, and an 89 overall to end the show. Cody Rhodes watches on, kind of happy, you know, you got to see this front row, and yeah, that's the end of the show. And we end the show with an 89 show rating, which is really, really good for our first show. I actually haven't really booked WWE ever in Pro Wrestling Sim, so I don't know if that's a good score or not. But yeah, you can see kind of the overall notes for everything that happened here. So feel free to have a little read while I talk about the popularity. So Latin America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, and Africa, we've gone up by 0.5 point of popularity, which is quite a big jump. And then, of course, in North America, it is a little bit slower growth because we're already quite popular. But yeah, that is the end of this first show. Let's head back to the office just to see if we've got any emails or anything to look through. And we might as well fast forward to Monday as well, just to see what's going on. So mail, we've got 20 emails. Jesus Christ. Because we've shortlisted a bunch of people. Okay, so we've done this. Yep. Ray Phoenix accepts the contract. Nice. Because AEW did put one in for him. So let's finalize that contract. Vipe Press as well is someone that we're adding to NXT for now, I believe. She had a really good look and her stats are insane. I'll show you that afterwards. But yeah, finalized contract. WWE Smackdown on Netflix made 785k, 800k from USA Network, 112k from there. So we made money because I think the show cost itself was just under 500k. This will net us, oh there we go, 1.3 million in ticket sales as well. Jesus Christ. Total, this sum comes after booking the code for blah blah. Cool. Gabe Kidd signs with NXT. Yep, NXT. We already knew about this. Kenzie Page obviously had to vacate the Women's Championship because we have her. They leave. Gabe Kidd obviously has to vacate his championship. AEW planning a big push for Takeshita. He is someone who's obviously on my shortlist. Megan Bain is on my shortlist as well, but not yet. Kenta, Hideo Itami is on my shortlist. They've just won the tag titles. Nice. But yeah, let's find Vipe Press. I don't think she's on this roster. Let's just see. Oh, no, she's not. Okay, so she is in developmental. So let's just go Vipe. I can't type today. Vipe Press. Yeah, she was at Game Changer Wrestling OVW. Really good stats, I think. Like wrestling skill 67, the star power, the looks, stamina, entertainment. Like it's all kind of pretty good. Oh, and you know she's also very pretty. I was thinking when I signed her, maybe because it says here that she's, you know, white American, blah blah blah, but in real life, from what I've seen on her Instagram and stuff, she claims to be Mexican, Latino. So I'm thinking if the LWO or Legado del Fantasma or any other faction that leans on like a Latina feel need a woman, she could be it. And also she's already pretty good to kind of go straight in. Popularity's not there, but that's why she's gone to NXT. And yeah, I think she could be pretty good in the future, and really cool name, really cool look. Just want to show you the developmental settings quickly as well. In NXT we put Gabe Kidd as a top star just because I want to see what he does. So we'll obviously be checking in on NXT. Stephanie Vecchia as well to be a prospect to get over, and Ethan Page as well for now. I want to see if doing this actually means anything. So are they going to automatically win all their matches? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think that's everything. Let's look at the event histories. Is there anything that happened on Friday we want to look at? No, not interested in any of that. We've just got our Smackdown show here that we can look at. So let's just go down to the main event and just end the show looking at that. So yeah, that is the end of... Oh, there we go. Via pedigree. It says it there. Cool. That is the end of this episode. I will obviously continue forward to Monday, get main event and Raw booked. we'll go through anything that happens in between then as well. And yeah, that's the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tagging along. And yeah, booking WWE is hard. It's very hard. Having to juggle like 11 belts plus any non-title storylines is going to be a real challenge. But thank you guys for showing your excitement. Thank you guys for just being here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this series takes us. Cool. All right. I'm going to go now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.